Hey, what's going on? It's Long Run Saturday, and after 4 weeks of recovery runs, we are done. Today is week 1 of marathon training, 10 miles. Let's do this. Hey, what is going on? Matthew and Rosa here. Thank you so much for joining us on another Long Run Saturday. If you're joining us for the first time, slide that hand down, subscribe, like, and share. Help us grow this channel. Today is Long Run Saturday. We're gonna try to do 8 to 10 miles. We did 10 miles last week. We were actually scheduled to do 8 and we ended up with 10 last week. So we're gonna try it again. But last week was the 4th week of recovery runs for me recovering from my injury. And so this week, today, we're actually gonna count week 1 of marathon training. It's June, middle of June, actually. It's the last week of June, 2026. Marathons in December, so we're about 24, 25 weeks out, something like that. So we're starting the base training of marathon. So we're gonna just put miles for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, get a really good base, and then get serious with about 18 weeks in. So we're gonna go a different route today than we did last week, in the last 4 weeks actually. But one of the challenges on this route is we're gonna have to actually cross I-35. So other than that, it's a pretty good safe route. It's nice and cloudy right now. We are actually 2 hours early than we usually run. We're usually running around 9:30. We got up early today. Well, we consider early. 9:45. I mean 7:45, 7:30. So we're gonna cross I-35, head out, and get these miles in. I'm huffing and puffing because I'm going uphill. I'm gonna have to put you down. We're getting to the first mile. So let's do this. We can do this. All right. One part of the crossing of I-35 is done. Now we gotta go to that side. We just hit mile 1. So 1 down. I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty loud right here. 1 mile down. Cross over. And then we should be safe. All right, we're doing this. Here we go. We just broke the law on both corners because we didn't wait. So, and I had incriminating video evidence. So if you're watching this, officers, please don't come get me. But we are across. We are between 2 amazing Mexican restaurants, and it smells so good. And we want to stop and eat. But we're gonna go. All right, we'll see you at the next mile. Wish we could eat a slice of pie right now for breakfast. All right, we're about 1.5 miles into the run. And I just realized I didn't start my watch when we crossed that 35. I was so concerned about the traffic. I forgot to start it. But according to Rosie's watch, we're at 1.5 miles, so I'm gonna be 1.5 miles short at the end. At least as far as the watch, but we're coming up on mile 2 already, a little bit. Oh well, what can you do? All right, we're somewhere around mile 2. Not sure exactly, kind of calculated since I messed up my watch. There's a marker up front where I know this is exactly 3 miles, so I'm gonna reset up there. But somewhere around mile 2. It is so humid again, but I guess that's to be expected from now on. Anyway, 2 down. All right, we got rolling hills for the next half mile. That'll take us to mile 3. I'm gonna take a little break there. Some water, some Gatorade. But this stretch here is half a mile long and 3 down. So still challenging, but a little bit of work we gotta put in. And then obviously rolling hills on the way back. All right, we're at mile 3. I got to reset. I know exactly it's 3 miles to this point. I've measured it before. So I just reset my watch so that I can know what mile I'm in. So mile 3 here, we're in this Plum Creek neighborhood. This is where we have a lot of races. All you Plum Creek family, Miss Jennifer, the Crosbys, and everybody else out there, hello, shout out to all of y'all. We're gonna run through this. I'm making a choice of whether to, I haven't chosen yet. If I go left, it's a mile uphill climb. If I go right, then it's not, and I get to come down that. I mean, I end up having to climb a little bit, but not like that one. So I haven't decided yet. We're just taking a little break, some water, I'm gonna stretch out a little bit. Got some Gatorade. There's a little garage sale here, so Rosie's checking it out. But other than that, we're 3 miles in, so we're good. We should be back at around mile 7, maybe a little bit more when we come back over here, and then 3 miles to get home. So let's get this done. All right, we just took off. And we're gonna turn left and head up the hill instead. We go right, it's downhill, this way, 1 mile uphill. So let's put in a little bit of work. This is actually, part of it is the end of one of the races, or a few of the races we used to do in here. Always ended up in a half-mile climb. So, pretty tough races in here. Let's put some work in. Still climbing. Almost a half mile in, still climbing. Car back. Still climbing. Gotta make it to the corner. Top of the hill. We just hit 1 mile. All right. Just hit 1 mile, which is mile 4. Oh man. One of the reasons why I chose to go up this way is the new San Antonio Marathon, no longer the Rock and Roll San Antonio. The inaugural race last year had mountains. If you haven't seen my video, check it out. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm not talking about hills. Mountains. Over and over and over. So I don't know if they changed it or not. A lot of people, I don't want to say they complain, but did mention it, social media. But if they don't change it, I gotta get ready, because that took me out. The only chance I get to do hills, we're gonna do them. We're now on the Plum Creek Trail, headed for the golf course. I'm debating whether to go around the lake or not. Another extra mile, 1.3, like that. Pick up the mileage on this side. But we're at the bottom of the hill now, and back down. A little bit of soft ground helps. I'm gonna go around the lake, pick up an extra mile over here. Might as well. That way we can go straight home. All right, we're on the entrance of the lake. We just gotta go all around it, which is a mile around pretty much. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Okay, we are at 5.3, so a little bit over half. Taking a little break here. Get some Gatorade, some honey stinger gels, some water, stretch out halfway. We're halfway, so basically we're on our way back, even though it doesn't feel like it because we're still going around this lake, but we're on our way back. So that's good, halfway done. How do you feel, babe?
Feel good. Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. And like I said earlier, I had mentioned last night, hey, I didn't know there was a golf course back there. I had mentioned last night, should we get up early today and run early? And I was just saying that I didn't really want to do it. So Rosie took it seriously and woke up early. And I'm sleeping so good, and she wakes me up. She says, get up, it's time to run. It's time to run, she said. I'm the one running. Morning. She says, get up, it's time to run early. Let's go run early today. So I got up so that I could run. But I know I'm gonna be happy when we're done early. It's all good. I'm glad we did, because we're beating this heat. I see the heat behind us. It's starting to come out, but we're on our way home. So we should be home in about an hour. Beautiful trail, look at this. All right, let's get this done. Good morning. Thank you. Appreciate it. Morning. All right, we're back out in the open, out of the woods. Still going around the lake, but we're headed back. It's pretty much no shade from here till we get home. We're about to hit the next mile marker, but in fact, that's 3 + 3, mile 6. We just hit mile 6. Yep, there it is, 10:19, mile 6. So we're out in the sun again. We just enjoyed the shade in the woods. We're headed home, 4 miles to go to get home. And I'm feeling it. Okay, we're back on the front of the lake, heading out. Almost out completely. About 500 meters to go and we're out of this. We're about to head out, get back on the road, start heading home for real. 3.7, well, actually 6.7. Here we go. And of course, we're gonna start on a hill. I'm tired. Can I get real with y'all? I am done. I'm done. I want to sit down. I want some tea. I want to jump right there on the back of that and sit down right here. But I got 4 more miles to go. And this hill. So when you're done, and when you feel like you're done, you know what that means, right? That's when the training begins. This is what it's all about. To get to this moment where you want to quit and then not quit. Overcome it. So we just ran 6 point whatever to get to the workout. Where the workout begins, right here. Let's do this. Made it to the top. Okay. Oh man. It is, should be flat from here home. We're about a half a mile away from getting out of this neighborhood and start heading back. And if I can remember correctly, flat from here on out. All the hard work is done. Except for the work of getting home. Here we go. We're at 7.3. I decided to take a little break here, get some water, some Gatorade. I'm feeling it. And the last 3 here is no shade. It's out in the road, and so I thought let me fuel up, let me cool down a little bit, and then head out. But we're fixing to go right. This is where the first stop was. 3 miles to go, 7.3, so we're gonna end up with 10.3, somewhere around there, a little over 10. No choice now, we gotta make it, we gotta do it. All right, let's do this, let's go. We are out of the neighborhood and heading home. He's cheering us on. Go. I forgot. I told y'all that it was going to be flat from here on, and I forgot about this half-mile stretch of rolling hills. After this is flat, so we just got to get through a half mile of these little up and downs, and then we're clear. So a little bit more work to do. Just hit mile 8. 8 miles done. 2 miles to get home. Babe, 2 more to go. We're almost out of this stretch here. Sorry, there you are. We're almost out of this stretch. And then turning right, heading back. It should be flat from here on. 8 done. Just hit mile 9. So we are 1.3 away from the home. We gotta cross I-35 and then we're home. So 9 down. grinding it out. We gotta cross the railroad tracks too. All right, we're heading back. A lot more traffic down. All right, we are safely across. All right, we are at exactly 1 mile away from home. So we're gonna end up with a little bit more than 10. This spot right here, 1 mile. So, I said, man, last mile. We're in the finish. We're almost at the finish line. So in my mind, I'm in mile 25. 1 mile to go. Okay, we're back in our neighborhood. Half mile to go from here to home, and we are done. We can do this. 800 meters. Just hit mile 10. We're done. 3 blocks to go. 10 down. Done. All right, week 1 of marathon training is officially done. 10 miles in the books. The start of training for this marathon is official. We are counting today, 24 weeks away from that race, 24 Saturdays away from the marathon, and it goes by faster than you think. It feels like it's a long ways away. You look at it, it's June, but yeah, it comes up really, really quick. And as always, at this stage, the first few weeks, it just feels like it is impossible to run 26 miles. It just, with 10, I ran 10 and I struggled today. Just especially towards in the middle, I was really tired. We got out of that lake. This route here, although it was different, we love to change it up. It just seems so long. 10 miles is 10 miles, but the last week's route, it was just straight, go out of the neighborhood, go straight up to the hills. Is it out and back, just straight and right back the same way? Where this one had a lot of turns, got to go through the neighborhood, got to go across the highway, got to go down through downtown, go through another neighborhood, go around the lake, and then slowly zigzag your way back home. And it just seems like it's so much longer, even though it's the same 10 miles. Now, in a way, it's also good because you're distracted. You're always seeing something different as opposed to just long straightaways. But it just make it feel a little bit longer. But 10 miles is 10 miles. I felt the struggle today. I felt the struggle towards the middle. But I will say this: I'm glad I stopped. I guess it was mile 7 where I decided to stop one last time. I took some salt and a gel, I think I took, and it really helped. It really helped once I got to about 8.5 or 9. It kicked in. And I really felt a little bit better, smoother, like I had my second wind that last mile coming home. It really did help. So I'm glad I did that. But for the most part, it was struggling. But this part of the training was starting again, and it just, again, it feels like when you're at this point, like how is it even possible to run 26 miles when I feel terrible with 10? There's no way I could think about doing 16 more miles right now. There's just no way. But you got to trust the training. That's why we're out here. We got to be out every week, and then obviously during the week, I'm not just running on Saturdays. I'm running throughout the week as well. A lot of I call them speed workouts. I'm not with my calf. I'm not ready to do real speed workouts, but I am picking up the pace a little bit. These are what 10 minute miles, something like that. So I'll bring it down to about 8, maybe 7:45, or just a little bit, and then not for that long. I'm just kind of just picking up the pace and slowly coming back down. Just to kind of get the cardio going again, and then get some leg turnover. But for the most part, it felt good. When I was around that lake, I was really, as beautiful as that was, I felt so far away, and I was starting to feel it. Once I came out of there, I was done. As I mentioned, you're just done mentally, physically. I was just done. But that's part of the training. That's exactly what the training is for. Is to get to that point where you feel like you're done, and then push through it. And that's what this is about. And so we got to keep doing it over and over and over and over. I don't think it ever feels like just, you know, happy-go-lucky 10 to 15 miler, but it does. But you do feel stronger as you go through it, and that's what I'm trying to get. We're out here, we're running, and so. But week 1 is done. I'm excited about it. Always the start of something new. Start of this marathon training. We'll run all week, all year long with the 5Ks, and try to get to this point. And so we're here, and there's a lot of miles to go, a lot of work, and who knows what happens between now and then, but we're hoping for the best of it. Gonna add a lot of new things this year, or add some things that I need. Gonna add the strength training, gonna really work on my nutrition, and then just really recovery. Really have to work on my recovery. I'm struggling with the recovery just because I probably could use a little bit more sleep and be a little bit more disciplined with my sleep, my sleeping habits. And so really going to work on all those things and try to make the best of it this year again. So San Antonio's coming up. It'll come up quick. Hopefully, if any of y'all are out there that are going to run the San Antonio Marathon, I'd love to hear from y'all and what you're doing to train and what you're doing to get prepared for it. If you've started training yet, some people haven't probably. I'm just trying to get a head start on it and get the base mileage, especially since I was out for some weeks with this injury. And so, but if you're running, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, hook up with me. I want to know what you're doing, and give me any advice that you might have, especially as a 50+ runner, marathon training. I'd love to hear from that. So again, week 1 marathon training is done, in the books. Here we go, it's starting. So we got a lot of miles to go. So slide that hand down, subscribe, like, and share, connect with us. We'll connect with you, and let's run together. Take care, be blessed.